The Dyson Sphere's construction continues. Titanium glass is the latest multi-component resource that seems to require more specialized attention, and I have a plan for how we might improve that. Meanwhile, our research speed upgrade is inching ever closer to completion, and then we have 3 very important upgrades that will quickly follow that one. Hello Legion, this is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Dyson Sphere Program in our Alpha Andromedae series, where the main objective for this episode will be probably to return to Totson, which is a system we visited in the last one, and use it, because I believe there's titanium on that planet. Let's go ahead and take a look at that now. We're going to use what's in Totson, because it's just, I mean, it's not the closest place that we could do this, but oh, there's actually no titanium on it. Just kidding, we're not going to do it there. Okay, change of plan. Well, let's figure out something else. We are going to need, for titanium glass, it's not that complicated to make. We need water, we need glass, so we need stone, and we need titanium. So we need a planet that has water, that also has titanium. Ideally, if we just want to have a world that is creating and exporting that good, so that we don't have to worry about it as much. It's possible that Leonis Minoris, yeah, actually, hold on. Any titanium on Leonis Minoris? No. So the only resource that exists on that water world is spiniform stalagmite crystal and a lot of coal. Interesting. Alright, so obviously a lava planet is not going to do it. Barren desert's not going to do it. So let's just have a look around for a moment and see if there's an alternative. That was an unintentional Terminator theme. Sorry about that. Or am I sorry? This is interesting because I would really like... I thought for sure there was titanium on that planet, which is why I said I'll just go back there and do it. And there clearly is not. So now it's like... Is there titanium on this planet? No. So Sakura Ocean planets do not have, it appears, any... titanium. Sorry. Don't know why I blanked on that for a minute. But we've got to find a planet that does. Now, normally I would just be looking at the contents of each system, but again, we have to find... Okay, a frozen tundra planet. That might have what I need. And I think we actually are using Kippa Borealis 3 already, judging by the fact that I'm seeing a transport arrive. So let's fly to Kippa Borealis 3. And that should give us what we need. Because I think there will be little pools of water on that planet. I could be horribly wrong, but I think frozen tundra does have little water oceans. So that would be the perfect place to do it. If I'm right. Where's Kippa Borealis? Where are you, Kippa Borealis? I should have left the... I should have left the waypoint turned on, because I had it selected. There it is. It's one of the difficulties of, you know, jumping to a nearby star like that, because you're, as I talked about several episodes ago, you're more likely to be in a situation where you have to look in all directions. Whereas, you know, if you jump to a distant star and then you need to jump back to one of your other stars, chances are they're going to all be in one direction. It's kind of glorious. All right, Kippa Borealis 3 is our target. We're just going to cruise in at sublight here. Maximum speed. Research making good progress. I like it. Now, I hope I'm right about this. I might be thinking of a different planet type. And I suppose, yeah, hang on. It shows on the planet's screen, doesn't it? Whether or not there's water. Just realized that. It actually does show water ocean on planets. So no, there's no water on these. It's the ice field... Is it the ice field Gelisol planets? That's what it is. Okay, well, Kippa Borealis 1 will work, because we have water and titanium here. So we'll need to set up some resource collection here, but that's not a problem. Let's go ahead and do that. Well, it could be a problem. Hold on. Let's see. Solar panels we don't have that many of. Let's pause for just a second and see if I can make any more with what I have on hand. I doubt that I can, but I'll try. Yeah, I can only make 2 more, mainly because silicon is in short supply. However, that won't necessarily be a huge issue, because I have copious amounts of silicon right here. So with that, there we go. Why don't I go ahead and just queue that up? And, ooh, that's going to take a while, though, to make all those. So, all right, well, I've used those resources at this point. I could cancel that, but I'm not going to. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of this. Oh, just kidding. Can't put it away. Notice that the capacities here have upgraded, by the way. They're up to 12,000 now. So those are starting to get bigger and bigger, which is nice. So I'll keep the silicon on me, I suppose. And we need to visit. Thankfully, we don't have to jump far. Let's go back to Alpha Andromeda, and we need to grab some solar panels. Just so we can do this quickly. Ironically, this might actually be like a wind planet, but I need access to both, and I've been light on solar panels for a while, so I need to go ahead and take care of this while I'm thinking about it. Alright, Alpha Andromeda 4. It has been a while, my old friend. How you doing over here? Why are you completely stopped up? That's very interesting. Why are they completely stopped up? I guess they're just producing at an appropriate rate now? That's crazy. It's the first time we've come back here and just, like, had no problem. Unreal. Oh, look at all these. I didn't realize I still have these smelters unupgraded. Classic. Okay. Not going to worry about it, though. So, we've already cleared... No, I just emptied a bunch of them into inventory. Stop. All right. Now they're going to grab the extra out, which is what I wanted them to do. Very good. Now, ironically, I think I'm actually making solar panels right now, so what they're doing is... Yeah, watch. They're taking the solar panels as I make them. That's so funny. All right, now let's go back. Got what I need. And now we can make large amounts of titanium glass, which will make it easier to mass produce plane filters, which will also make it easier. I got a suggestion from one of our champions on the channel to, you know, maybe it's time to consider, just maybe, it's time to think about perhaps, possibly, mass producing plane smelters. Just maybe. We don't have to, but it might be a good idea. And I tend to agree with that logic. So I'm just going to try to find Kipha Borealis again without pulling my hair out or making anyone dizzy. No promises on the second. All right, I don't know how you're hiding from me this well, but it takes talent. There you are. Just had to use all 3 axes. I was like, I'll find you eventually. All right, we're almost 3/4 of the way done with that massive research project, which is, of course, a research speed project, so it's going to help with everything else going forward. All right, so Kipha Borealis, was it 1 or 2? It's 1. Wait a minute. What? Oh, that's why, because 2 is a gas giant. Because I was thinking 3 was the planet we were just at. And I remember that the planet I was looking at was just 1 ring in. one orbit in, I should say, from the one that we were looking at. So I was like, that can't be. But yes, it can. All right, there's our water. And what are we looking at? Ooh, actually wind and solar both suck. Great. Love it. Love that so much. It's great. It's great. Everything's fine. All right, so wind is better than solar. We're going to have to do both in order to really get this planet going, which is fine. It's fine. We'll live. Okay, so here's the equator. I'm going to go ahead and use blueprints. Yeah, wind is the better. So same as I've done a few different times. Although this time I'll try not to get out of sync. Although I'm glad that happened on the Sakura Ocean planet because there were so many ocean tiles and just large bodies of water that were blocking where I wanted to build, and I didn't like that very much. And it ended up being good that I... Oh wow, we went right around that titanium deposit. Or is that... That's stone. We went right around that. But anyway, yeah, it was very, very challenging, and I ended up having a fourth row by accident, but I was glad that I had it. So yay for that. Alright, so we've got some colliding going on here, but this is generally a much more complete ring, which is good to see. And then we will do some solar panels as well. Alright, so construction bots are going ham. That means we've gone all the way around. Very good. Let's now also do some solar panels. And we'll put them in between. And this should be enough to fully power whatever export operation I set up here. Now, if I'm going to mass produce titanium glass on this planet, then yeah, I might need to do more than this. There's a pretty good chance I'm going to need to do more than this. But we'll start with this. All right, there's that deposit again. Saw that coming. So my construction bots are going to be busier than ever building this particular equatorial ring. It's very useful in general to set these up as a jump starter to, like, your off-world and just kind of outpost planets and systems. The ones that are not mainline production centers or that are not helping directly with the Dyson Sphere. Because if you are constantly consuming fuel produced on other worlds, that's, you know, and you're using that as your means to power your new colonies and new bases, like that's going to bite you pretty quickly. Alright, so this is interesting. We're actually entering the lit part of the planet as we move here. So we're going to see the solar panels helping a lot more. Wow. Look at the construction bots actually outpacing me now. They're outrunning me. So all I have to do is run forward and they're... Oh my god, that's fantastic. You love to see it. You love to see it. Alright, we're up to... Nice. Yes, I'm a child. Shut up. I have no wish to deny it. Alright, we are almost all the way around. Yep, there we are. I can see the other side right now. And it looks like we're just about at 100 megawatts exactly. Wow. 100 exactly with this entire apparatus working constantly. That's freaking funny. Not intentional, but all right. Now, we also have fire ice on this planet, which is good. We can use that actually to generate additional fuel because both of those... the components that we get from fire ice, I mean, we can just burn all that. So, anyway, let's come up here with the North Pole. Gonna pop that down. Almost done. Oh, wait. And there we go. Okay, so we are going to need to fully stock you with regard to these. Autosave. Let's just say 500 remote demand. And they are immediately on the way. Love that. Although it does look like there aren't that many of them on the way. Normally you would see like a solid number, and what that indicates is there might be a little bit of strain on the demand for warpers. I'll have to double check that. Hasn't really been an issue up to this point, and it might just be sheer happenstance, but it's worth being aware of that. All right, we are going to export titanium glass from this world after we make it. So, nearest titanium deposit, please and thanks. Oh wow, there's a lot going on over here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go down that way. All right, so let's go ahead and get, this is 22 titanium veins. We can get them mostly covered like this. There we go. What if I went like this? I want to try to get all 22 if I can here, but it looks like it might not work. Yeah, it's not quite going to work. Alright, so we'll go with 21. Now, one of these should power both of those, maybe? Nope, not quite. Oh, wow. Yeah. Multiple, like, just one little space not quite being fulfilled. We've got one little spot in between them. There we go. Now we're good. So let's bring you back up here. And there we go. All right, so that's our titanium input. Now we also need stone in order to make glass. So let's see where the nearest stone deposit is. I know there was that stone deposit that we overlapped. Actually, that's probably the best one to start with, now that I think about it. Let's find that stone deposit. Wherever it is. There it is. Oh, it was fire ice. Huh. Wasn't stone. Yeah, I thought from the glow that it looked like it might be fire ice, but the blueprint screen makes everything so bright white that I was like, okay, that's stone. And clearly I was wrong. All right, well, in that case, hang on. Where are my mines? And then where's the closest stone deposit to them? Let's just go with that. It looks like we've got a couple. I think that's it for the stone, just these two deposits here. So we'll just go over here, and we need to start producing this. This is 19 stone veins. And now we can connect that. Now, that's kind of useful because we have... Alright, we're going to have to send it over a good ways. We also don't have, at the moment, that many plane smelters. But remember, what we're doing right now is going to help us build more plane smelters. So I'm probably going to use basic smelters to start, which hurts my soul a little bit. But I think it's the smart thing to do. And then we can come back and upgrade them later. We don't need the apparatus here to be utterly ridiculous. Just need it to be functional. Just need it to be functional. So, what we're going to do with that in mind is we are going to build a smelter. This smelter is going to make glass. And then we will have an output line. Glorious. Oh, perfect fit. I like it. That worked out. Okay, so now we just need to get these powered, which won't take a lot of effort. I can keep these on the same line. There we go. There we go. All right, so now every single one of them is powered, and we're producing lots of glass. Let's go ahead and just loop this right on over. All right, so now we have titanium in a couple of places, and remember we need this to be refined as well. So just a second look at the titanium glass recipe. We need titanium ingots, and then we need water. So we now basically need to... Let's go ahead and combine... Yeah, right about here would be ideal, because we're sending the water this, or sending the glass this way. All right, so this is going to line up pretty damn well. And there's that. And now what we need is... okay, I see what I can do here. We're going to put some smelters down here. We'll do just 15 to start. And then before I leave here, I'm going to kind of take a look at how well this is working. Tell you what, why don't I go ahead, just for the sake of efficiency, let's move the glass up one square there. And we'll have the, so that the sorters don't have to move quite as far. And then you will be refining titanium. And then I can just do this. Oh my god, I love that so much. That's still like my favorite thing ever. Okay, and it looks like every single one of those will be powered if I just do that. Alright, so now we're producing... Oh wow, that was satisfying. Look at that. Alright, so... now we have a line of titanium and a line of glass. And now we need to get some water pumps going. Now we have several water pumps. I just need to find the nearest convenient body of water. Doesn't need to be a large body of water. It can probably be that one up by the station. That would make the most sense. Although it might also make sense just to go ahead and make this a ring. It's a little bit of a wider ring than I've typically done in the past, but why not go ahead and do it? The bots are clearly on top of things, so let's just let them build. It's just insane how fast they are now. It's the most satisfying thing to watch. I know that's a very mundane bit of commentary, but it's so true. Like, this is... They've just balanced the gradual improvements of this game very, very effectively. So that as the little tiny details, like not only the size of containers, like how much the individual interplanetary logistics stations can hold, but also the number of bots that you have helping you build things, the speed at which they move, the point at which they start to outpace your movement, thereby allowing you to do things more efficiently without letting them catch up, because they don't need to catch up anymore. All right, and so now this has gone all the way around. All right, so what I'll have to do here is a little bit of a crisscross. We're going to elevate you there, bring you over, bring you back down. Okay. And then we're mostly good. Yeah, now this just needs to go all the way around, and I don't have to build as much because we're just building one belt instead of two. And now I can bring in whatever water I want to intersect with this, and resources will just travel around this ring, and will produce a pretty healthy amount of titanium glass. And the other advantage, of course, of doing this is that all of these production apparatuses that I'm setting up can be pretty significantly increased in terms of just the number of them. So that's nice. All right then. So now we have that loop complete, and it looks like it's already full, which is glorious. So now it really is just a matter of looking around and deciding which... Yeah, I think I will just use that one and bring the water down from up there. Holy crap, we're almost at the 30-minute mark. What the hecking heck? All right, so in this case, here's what I'm going to do. We've already got power set up, so I'm going to take advantage of that. Interesting. So we've got 7 built, and it doesn't seem like we can quite squeeze another one in. So best way to do this would be, let's just add a tower there. Eight and 9. Now, with that in mind, and this is just a start, I can have 4 splitters. And actually, wait. All right, so I'm sure you can see what I'm doing. We've got those ready to go. Glorious. And now, hang on. Yeah. Some of these are requiring a little bit of straightening of the lines just to make them a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. Or less aesthetically pleasing. Depending on your point of view. Alright, there's that. And now we have water, which I'm going to bring down to the ring. This is taking longer to set up than I would have thought, but we've made good progress with our research speed, which is nice. And we can add as much water to this line as we need to going forward. Alright, so this is a pretty big deal. Yeah, we're going to need to go around a little bit here, which is fine. And it looks like I found the perfect section to put down some assemblers, so let's do that. And we're going to do a fair number of them, too. Alright, so yeah, I'm just going to start right here. Let's do 30. Let's do a full 30 assemblers of this, and then we need to get the resources set up. Also, I will need to get one more belt operational, which will be right here. I think I should have enough. At the very least, I should have enough to connect the export station for these. All right, so I will have to do a little bit of work here. Hang on. Let me ensure these are all powered. Actually, yeah, that's the only one I need to configure, isn't it? It's just the first one. All right, so with that, there we go. All I have to do now is a little bit of copy pasta. Easy peasy. And now we have titanium glass being mass-produced on a new world. Oh, hello. Oh, wait. I thought I saw level 2 sorters, but it's just because they weren't built yet. I was freaked out for a second. I was like, why are those level 2? I'm not even carrying level 2 sorters. I'm confused. But never mind. I was seeing things. All right, I'm going to go straight up this line here. Now, of course, we can expand this in the next episode. But this is fantastic. This is already a really nice addition. Oh, wow. It's just going to go straight in. I wasn't even planning on that, but that worked gloriously. All right, so now we are going to be able to export that at a dramatically higher rate. And we should actually see in just a moment. I think when it hits 400, maybe 500, I wouldn't be surprised to see some of this leave the planet. Because we are exporting titanium glass, I believe, right? Or maybe 600. 700? Huh. Because we're exporting this from Alpha Andromeda 2. So if we're not currently transporting any, I mean, I'm still going to, bolster this in the beginning of the next episode and make sure that we're producing lots of it. Because there's probably more that I can do before I leave here just to make sure that we're getting even more made. But this makes me worry that while I've been doing this, another resource has gotten thrown out of balance. Oh, nope, just kidding. There it goes. So we had a transport just leave with 1,200. So I guess just the minimum transport amount has increased so much given all the upgrades that I've been talking about for this entire episode. So that makes sense. Now, what are we short on here? Let's go ahead and take a look at this. Water. We're short on water. So we are at the 35-minute mark, so I'm going to go ahead and stop here. But in the next episode, what I'm... How is that possible? Hold on. Oh. Wow. Okay. I feel silly. Hold on. Oh, that's funny. Wait, collide with other object. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I had forgotten that I hadn't brought the water all the way around just yet, but... Okay, well that solves that problem rather quickly. There we go. So those aren't thirsty anymore. So now we're mass producing that at a much better rate, and that should help. You know what? Before I end the episode, let's be a little bit indulgent. This might make the episode a few minutes late today, but I'm going to head to Gakrux. By the way, for those of you watching this episode in the live audience, especially if you're watching the other series right now, if you're watching Against All Odds Season 7, or if you're watching High Dominion 2, check the community tab today if you're watching this on the day that it came out, because there was an announcement about what content's going to look like for the next few days. This series will continue daily uninterrupted. I think this series has had enough interruptions as is, so I'm keeping this one going as the first one that I do a long recording on. I'm going to record several more episodes today, but the other episodes, the other series that I have going at the moment are going to pause briefly while I just kind of mentally reset. Talked about it a little bit in more depth and the reasons why. All good reasons, all very good reasons. But it's in the community post that I left. So before we end the episode, let's head to Gakrux, and I want to see firsthand how this is looking now that we have another planet contributing to this situation. Also, we can take a look at the Dyson Sphere and how it's progressing. Hello. 16.5 gigawatts. Still going to be a while before everything is fully built, just because of the sheer number of sails required to complete those panels. Everything else is looking dandy here. I do need to get imports set up for these, and I'm well aware of that. That's kind of awkward. But see, now I'm seeing, look at that. The titanium glass situation is largely resolved here. So what we're seeing is a lot more production, and if we even look at the, you can probably see it over the last hour. So on the local planet, now we're not producing any here, but you can see quantum chip production, plane filter production. Okay, so we actually had a period of pretty high productivity, but yeah, this is where the import arrived. You can see it jump up, and over the last 10 minutes, we've been at 273 per minute on average, and it looks like there was a brief pause because we maybe ran out of something, but currently we're at 440 and possibly climbing production of plane filters. So I can use that to make, by the way, some additional plane smelters, and I can automate the production of plane smelters as well now that I have that set up. But for now, I'm going to stop this one here because we're approaching the 40-minute mark. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. If it's not your first time or even your second, look for the join button to access unique emotes, badges, and other perks. New episodes are coming out every day at noon US Eastern Time, and comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.